There's a couple things that children don't like: vegetables, baths, dentists, and getting their hair done, especially when they're a little girl. But that's not the case when they visit Dr. Carrie Williams at Mahogany Hair Revolution. So with Mahogany Babies, you focus on the children, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about that.
I just love children. And I've been styling children since I was a child. I would do my little sister, I would style all of my little cousins. And so it was just something that was very, very natural for me to adopt the idea of servicing children in the salon. Typically the salon setting isn't for children. You have a lot of salons that don't cater to children at all, and the child has to be at least 6 or 7 years old. So here at Mahogany, what makes us unique is that we'll service a child at 2, as long as they can sit still, of course. When I began to style children and I made parents and people aware that children were welcome here at our salon, I started to find that a lot of parents who came into the salon had a lot of questions. They had questions about product, the hair growth cycle in children, how to style, care, and maintain their child's hair. And so out of that, I said, you know, maybe I should not only offer my services, but also offer an educational platform for parents where if they can't bring their child into the salon, they have the tools that they need to be able to take care of their children's hair at home.
So what are you doing to her hair, Dr. Carrie?
Well, today we are doing some double strand twists.
And you do it really, really fast.
Speed is the key to working with the children in the salon setting.
What are the popular styles that children like?
You know, a lot of kids like the twist because they like to swing their hair. They want to feel their hair hang. So the twists are really, really popular. We do a lot of cornrow styles because, especially in the summer, when they're swimming a lot and doing a lot in the water. And so the cornrow styles allow us to braid the child's hair down, keep it nice and neat, and we can do it up into ponytails. So we're actually able to create styles that you would do just by brushing the hair back, but using braids, and it gives it more of an artistic type look. But we do a lot of twists for children. We do a lot of cornrow styles, and we even do braids because sometimes we'll even do individual braids very similar to how I'm twisting the hair, which is really, really good if the child is going to be in water.
What are parents' primary concern when they bring their children to see you?
A lot of parents, when they come into the salon, initially their concern is, why is my child's hair not growing? They feel like their child's hair is short, or it's breaking off, or it's not growing at all. And typically the reasons why are because the parent doesn't actually have the information that they need to care for their child's hair. They may be actually doing the wrong styling methods and techniques as far as tight ponytails. Some parents, even if their child's hair is really, really thick, like Celia, they resort to straightening the hair, and the child is too young to have the hair straightened, whether it's with a hot comb or flat iron or even chemicals.
I've even seen kids with weaves.
Yes. So really what it is the parent, they really have no idea as to how to style or care for their child's hair. They themselves may be wearing their hair straight, or they may have a completely different hair texture from their child. So they're just completely clueless as to how to care for their child's hair. And then you have, of course, peers and family members and friends who try to offer advice, but oftentimes it's the wrong type of advice for their child's hair. And so they end up doing more bad than good. And I always tell my parents, the first hair growth cycle in a human being's life is between the time they're born and 5 to 7 years. And so you really need to be careful, because anything that you do between the time your child is, we'll say, 1 and 7 years old can completely alter the way their hair grows and lead to permanent hair loss. So you just really want to create an environment where you're keeping the child's hair moisturized. So you want to use a lot of oil-based products. You want to keep it moisturized with water. Water is the #1 moisturizer. And you want to give very loose styles that aren't pulling. And I think keeping it simple. Ultimately, keep it simple.
Being a trichologist and a natural hair specialist, You see a lot of common mistakes. What are some of those mistakes that parents make with their children?
Ponytails that are pulled too tight. When you send your child off to school, the clothes are ironed, and of course that hair is in place. But I think what we forget is that children are going to be children. They're going to play. And I think too much focus is put on, I need the hair to be slick and tight and smooth and in place so that when I pick you up from school, the hair is still in place. And really that's doing more damage. It's pulling the hair too tight, and then they start to experience hair loss at an early age, and that hair loss can be irreversible. In our field, it's known as traction alopecia. You have this child who has hair loss, and then when they're an adult, they look back and they say, you know, oh, I've had this hair loss since I was 5 or 3. And then also, too, the application of chemicals to children's hair at an early age. Like I said, a lot of children, you know, they're born with this thick, beautiful head of hair, but the parent has no idea how to handle it. Children, they typically don't like getting their hair combed because it's very uncomfortable and it hurts. And so if a parent, they don't have the patience to actually comb through the hair, nurture the hair and make it comfortable for the child, they're like, you know, I'm just going to put a relaxer on her hair to make it easier to comb for myself and to make the experience easier for her. And really that's the biggest mistake that they can make. Through Mahogany Babies, when we're celebrating the children and their hair, we're also instilling in them a sense of self-esteem, self-identity, and saying, I love me for me. And so we really just want to create a place for children to love their natural hair, understand the versatility of it, and know that they can exercise that versatility when they get older. But right now we want to keep their hair healthy.
You have a lot of certifications and you actually teach and certify others in trichology, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that.
Well, trichology, I first learned about it when I was an undergrad, because when I decided I wanted to do hair full time, I knew I just didn't want to be your regular everyday stylist. I wanted to get more into the academic side of hair. And so when I discovered trichology as being the scientific study of hair and scalp disorders, immediately I was like, that's for me. And so after getting my degree and seeing how important it is to really understand, or I should say, once you understand the anatomy of hair, the physiological aspects of hair, and how you could really, really help people, I knew how important it would be for me to pass on that education to others, because it's not offered in the cosmetology setting. It's touched upon. When you're in school, you'll learn a little bit about common scalp disorders, but that's not the focus. The focus is primarily on consumer safety. And so I wanted to be able to offer workshops and trainings for licensed professionals who were interested in getting more information on hair and scalp disorders, on how to keep their clients' hair healthy, because as the hair industry is evolving, we're finding that more and more women are seeking out professionals who can give them answers to their hair and scalp issues. You know, we're seeing more women who are dealing with hair loss due to all the different hairstyling techniques that are being developed. We're seeing more women who are dealing with issues of the scalp as far as itching and flaking. And so we need more professionals who are educated in that field to be able to answer those questions.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm Antoy.
Hi, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
This is Angela. This is Celia's mom.
Celia, you okay?
Yeah, she's good. She's having a good time over here. We're just here chatting and talking about hair. So how important is it for you to have a place like Mahogany Hair Revolution to care for her hair?
It's important. For one, I don't press my daughter's hair. I mean, I've tried it, but I really don't like to put heat on their hair. I'd rather stay in its natural form. I've experienced the press, and it made it much thinner on my oldest daughter, so I like it better with the natural twist. Just looking like little girls.
So what are some of your favorite styles that Dr. Carey has done on her?
They love the twist.
They could throw it around, huh?
My daughter's had the bantu knot, try to keep it simple.
Dr. Carey has a special skill, that not a lot of people have. She's actually very skilled in a lot of areas.
Yes,
and it's probably great that you found her. Can you tell us from your point of view as a mom bringing your child into Mahogany Babies what some of the benefits have been?
Patience, I would say. She has a lot of patience dealing with the children and their hair, and also to educate me as a mother on different ways I can help their hair. I have one child who has eczema, and she's had, the dry patches in her hair, and she was able to inform me on how I can take care of her hair.
So if parents want to get in touch with you to book an appointment for their child, is there anything they need to do to prepare?
Well, we highly encourage that our parents come in for a complimentary consultation so that we're able to assess their child's hair. We keep several albums here in the salon so they can look at pictures of hairstyles. We're able to help the parent determine what styles are going to work best to help achieve their child's hair goals.
And how do they reach you?
They can reach us by calling the salon. We also have our website, which has our Mahogany Babies page, and that's mahoganyrevolution.com. And we also have our fan page on Facebook, and that's Mahogany Hair Revolution. You can search our fan page. And the beautiful thing about our fan page as well is that we're able to display just all of our children and the versatility of styling that we can do with their hair.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Carey, for sharing your expertise and knowledge on Mahogany Babies
Thank you.
and creating it for the kids to maintain their natural hair.